Good morning, everyone. Happy snow day. So, we are going to be doing our e-learning, same procedures always. As you scroll down, you'll see these different options. So, first off, you have an opinion writing video. I suggest you watch that. And then you'll read this text right here. It's a few paragraphs long. And then you'll take the quiz. The quiz is just asking you to write an opinion response. Only one so that means it'll be 4 sentences total answering the question. Then we have our I Ready Math, which we're comparing decimal numbers. So watch the video, complete the quiz. You just got to answer a few questions using your alligator symbols or comparison symbols there. Next is a video about circuits. We've been learning about circuits, and then you can mess around on the circuit lab if you want for right here. There's no quiz for this one. You just get to do a little bit of exploration. Last one is social studies. I liked a social studies Liberty Kids video about the Battle of Yorktown. And then you can take a quiz just to make sure that you watch the video. It has a few questions, comprehension questions, make sure that you know what was going on there. So ignore this video right here because I'm going to be putting this video of myself here. And so TBRI is our social emotional learning. And instead of good sportsmanship, what our class needs to discuss or needs to talk about is the behaviors expected of us if there's a sub in the room. So when I was gone on Thursday, I got a pretty rough report from Mr. Emmons, the sub. I got a rough report from a student, and I got a rough report from Mr. French. So that's telling me that the class did not follow our sharp expectations, aka accountability. If we're holding ourselves accountable, we need to make sure that we're doing what we're supposed to, even when nobody's watching, or even if Miss Claire is not there. So while I was gone, I was told that we argued over feeding the fish. In my sub plans, I never had him feed the fish. The fish can go a day without food. And I didn't want anyone to feed the fish because I was worried that it was going to become an issue or because the fish was going to get too much food. And that happened. My filter to the fish tank almost broke because there was too much food in there. So next time you need to listen to the sub and believe the sub. Miss Clara had it in there that we would not be feeding the fish today. Okay? Next thing we need to talk about is our voice levels. I had multiple reports saying that the room was very loud and that Mrs. Hickey had to come over and shush you guys because you're disrupting her class. You know, when I teach, that it is a voice level 0 while I'm talking, and that when you're doing your work, if you're working with a partner, it's a voice level 1. If you're working by yourself, it's a voice level 0. And if Mrs. Hickey had to come over, that means that we were at a 2 or maybe even louder. In my sub plans, I had it to where you were doing all the papers as a class. And I told you guys that on Wednesday. You weren't supposed to do papers with partners, and you weren't supposed to be doing papers with groups because I knew that it would get too loud and too crazy. So next time, let's not tell the sub or try to change Miss Claire's plans and tell him that sometimes I let you guys do partners. I have it in there for a reason, okay? The sub should not have let you guys do partners because I said to do it as a class. And so next time I need you guys to hold yourselves accountable and to trust the plans that I've put out there, okay? Even though Miss Claire lets you guys do partners sometimes, that doesn't mean that a sub can handle it, because doing partners is tough as a teacher because you have to manage a bunch of different groups and you got to manage the voice level of the room, and it gets crazy, okay? Now, the next thing that we need to talk about is our Oreo writing that was due. So, a lot of us did not get done with our Oreo writing. And I had a lot of students not turn in anything or turn in a blank paper. Now, those grades have been put in, and grades are due this week. If you did that, your grade is looking bad because that one was worth 20 points. That was a big essay that was due. And so I suggest you look at Power School and see if you were one of those 11 students that didn't turn it in. Because if you are one of those 11 students, your opportunity to get it done is today. I'm going to link a digital version of that so that you can try and get it done today with the video and everything attached. Because if you don't get it done, then your grade is going to suffer. I'm going to try this again on Tuesday's recess if we come to school tomorrow. Or I'll try it again on Wednesday's recess if we don't come to school tomorrow. And I'll give you some additional time to work on it so that you can bring that grade up from a D or an F. Because if you didn't get that turned in, that was a 0. And a lot of kids' grades are D's or F's now because they didn't turn it in. So that's going to be linked right underneath this video. I'm going to have a separate page that is only for students who have not completed it. So I'm going to say those names now so that you guys can spend this e-learning day trying to do that. Those names are Kevin, Cassidy, Tia, Jazai, Paisley, Amaya, Hayden, Braxton, Natalie, Adeline, Chandler, Jagger, and Neymar. Alright? So if I said your name, that means you did not turn it in. And if you saw those numbers over there, that means your grade has suffered a lot. If it's in the 60s, your grade was a D now in language arts. Or if it was in the 50s, your grade is now an F. Okay? So if you're one of those people, spend the time now to get that done. Okay? I hope you all have a wonderful snow day. And when we get back to class on Tuesday, hopefully, I can't wait to hear about all the things you did this weekend. Okay? Thank you. Goodbye.